Welcome back, Snoop Troop. It is your boy Lecarson, aka Snoop Shiesty. Today I got
TayXOXO.
TayXOXO in the building, and we are trying by popular demand FUFU. Now we went to this place from
Mamput.
I'll figure it out.
I think that's what it's called.
Mamputu. It's up the street, and we actually wanted to go grab some pho.
Yeah, but they didn't have
any.
They were closed. Well, they weren't closed when we got there. They were only doing
Dine in.
to take out.
The menu looks so good. I'm like, you know what? Let's go try some African stuff. And here we are.
It smells good.
It does smell good. And I'm glad that it's not spicy. Let's go ahead and get a prayer and a thumbnail. You can pray this time.
Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food. Thank you for the hands that prepared it. Pray that you bless them. Thank you for both of us being here because we know every day is a promise. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. I guess want to just do a dip. Want to like dip it and
That little booty be moving.
for a little thummy.
We got Egusi soup, y'all. That Egusi.
Mine is with goat. So I've seen. Ooh, this hot. What? That's how they do it in the motherland.
It's good.
I'm eating all over it. Good. This ain't
This yours?
You got all my goat.
I think that was mine.
No.
This is yours.
You got a piece of goat in there?
Yep.
Who cares?
Maybe you put it in both of ours. Do you got gold in yours?
Yeah, what it is?
Oh.
I don't know. This is beef.
Yeah.
But
But I think both of them, they have beef in it.
where's my goat? Where is my goat?
Yeah, I think this is
Let me stop
yours.
talking like that.
This one is yours. Well, you only had one more goat left.
Only have one more
You
goat.
only put 2 in there?
Y'all, this is actually not. So I said I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to like disrespect, because I've seen a lot of people's reviews and they like spitting it out and stuff like, this is not spit out worthy.
This is really good. It's like cornbread.
And this is like if you just grab a thick mashed potato.
Yeah. It's like a mashed potato with no seasoning.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
There's like greens in here.
Let me try it. You ever try it naked? Consistency and everything of a mashed potato. It's a little thicker.
Like once it like starts to dissolve in your mouth, it's definitely just a mashed potato.
Ooh, they got tripe in here.
And they got tripe in here.
This will be my first time trying tripe. I'm not going to eat it with mashed potatoes.
And that's boiled, so, well, they have to boil it first, but yeah, that's the consistency. When it's fried, y'all, oh my goodness. Fried tripe is so good.
And what is tripe?
Cow stomach.
Ooh, this is tripolin.
Tripling? You tried it.
No, it's not. I mean, there's no...
It's cow stomach line, the lining of a cow stomach.
I just can't imagine myself like, I gotta go get some tripe.
That's me.
Southern gal. Are we?
When I went out there the other day, oh, excuse me. When we had that stuff in the country, I thought they fried fish. I was looking in the bowl like, we ain't got no tripe today. Where the tripe at? I do want some hot sauce though because it's not spicy.
Well, you've come to the right house.
Hot sauce to the rescue. I don't want that.
You want the B-Love sauce? I could definitely see myself doing this again. So I was watching, just in my room, I've been watching a lot of like cooking shows and food shows, and I think it was the best ever eating show. I forget that dude's name, but he was in Nigeria with the model, the Miss Nigeria. I forget her name. And she was showing him around the outskirts of like the countryside of Nigeria, and they eating all types of bush animals like lizards and snakes, and she's like, yeah, I ate this, and I'm like, you got this tall, beautiful woman on this big stage, and like seeing like where she comes from, and
snake sounds really good.
Yeah, she was like, oh, it's one of my biggest fears, and then she tried it, and she was like, But she was enjoying everything. I'm like, is this for the camera?
She probably used to eat it as a kid.
The last thing they ate when they ate at the 5-star restaurant, good looking. Ain't nothing worse than going and editing a video and seeing there was something on my face the whole time.
And it's yellow, so it's like...
Man, I'm like... the last restaurant they went to, they kept cutting her out, so I feel like she didn't like it. She didn't like that food.
Sorry, y'all.
But very beautiful woman, very beautiful country. I was even looking at how to move to Nigeria, because they rent like $400. Food is cheap.
And it's all made right there, like nothing's processed. Kill it, cook it, eat it.
I could really turn my channel into a travel mukbang type style.
You should.
I'd have to go to like cheaper countries first, but a lot of African countries have low rent, like nice apartments for $400 or $500 a month. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's what I don't know if Robin Beretta talked about it on their channel, but I know he talked to us about possibly moving to Bali, Indonesia, and I'm like, I want to do that too. But now I'm like, my first time leaving the country, I should go to Africa,
Yeah, for sure. Cape Town is really beautiful too.
Oh, I dated a girl from South Africa.
Really?
Oh, Juliet, I miss her.
Oh, Juliet, where you at, girl? Come back. Stupid misses you.
No, she's married with kids now.
Oh, don't come back, Julia. We ain't trying to break up your happy home.
No, she's it's weird with like speaking with foreigners sometimes, because they don't understand like certain like idioms and stuff. Like I was on the phone with her one time and I was like, all right, I'm gonna let you go. She's like, you're not going to let me go. I'm like, I'm just going to go.
Oh,
I'm
on our
like-
own terms.
I'm like, is this a thing we say, like, all right, I'll let you go?
Oh, yeah, on the phone. That's the bye.
And she was like offended that I said I was gonna let her go, but beautiful girl. You ever see those memes? I was like, how did you know I was African? Because she had a bald head.
That is not me, African.
She gave off very African vibes, and her friend had a bad weave.
Some black women have bad weaves, so...
You mean black Americans?
Yeah. But I mean, I know when I went to Lutheran school, there's a lot of Ethiopians there. Like there's a lot of Ethiopian Lutherans and Catholics. And my first time going there, that's when I told you I switched schools from my middle school to another middle school. And I was like in the aftercare, and there was an Ethiopian lady there, and she was like, what are you? And I was like, a student? She was like, no, where you come from? And I was like, oh, the Imani school. I just transferred here, you know. I'm not going there anymore, I'm going here. And she was like, no. Are you Ethiopian? And I was like, no.
You don't even look Ethiopian.
But I get that a lot. But I think it's because of my hair. Like when I have it like slicked back. And my waves used to be way stronger before I started putting dye in it and all of that stuff. So I don't know. I was like, no, I'm black. And then I have that forehead. They got some foreheads on it. But those are beautiful people.
I used to be...
They're still all here. Like all in it.
I used to be friends with 2 girls back in college that were... no, they weren't Ethiopian. They were Somali. That's what I'm being confused in that one.
But it's like they're all around the same area. Ethiopian, Eritrean.
Ain't Taraji Eritrean?
I don't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think she's... And Nipsey Hussle. I was on Clubhouse and there was like a big... I was in like some Eritrean group and she came in and they were like talking to her because there's some war or genocide going on and she needed to talk about it. But she ain't gonna talk about it because she's like an ambassador to the country. And
oh, wow. That's so crazy how things don't happen like that here. That we know of.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if you're not in that situation, it's not gonna happen to you. Like that happens to them all. Like that stuff happens there all the time.
I think that could be like our Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Because we look at it as this way here, but you have people in this country that look at it different. Like same with the Palestine stuff. We was doing a mukbang and somebody said something about Israel and I was like,
they got a whole situation going on.
man, I got myself in a situation.
Talking.
And you know, so I'm just somebody who... this story is so crazy. And this is the type of stuff that be happening to me. So just random stuff. So, you know, I'm at a bar. Alright, I'll start from the beginning. Curb Your Enthusiasm was one of my favorite shows. Right? It's with Larry David, the guy who created Seinfeld with Jerry Seinfeld. And he has his own show called Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is basically kind of the same thing. He's Jewish, and he would sneak off to like a Palestinian place because they made good food. And, you know, they're fighting. And then the whole episode was like about them fighting and then people catching them in there. And I'm like, I don't understand, like, what's up with the So I just did a quick Google search, research for like 5 minutes. And I was like, oh man, the Palestinians are getting screwed over. That was my thought. Fast forward, I'm at a bar, and it's something is on the news about it. And I say the same thing. I'm like, wow, those Palestinians are really getting screwed over. And the guy next to me said, huh? You don't know what... And I'm like, he was Jewish.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's like I'm in a situation that I have no business being in, and I don't get... I'm not gonna say I don't care, but like this is none of my business. I just did a quick search and I took their side.
Yeah.
And he tried to give me a spiel. He tried to fight me. He tried to get like a few people to fight me. I seen him. I went out like a few weeks later. I seen him and his friends like pointing at me and all that stuff. And I'm just like, sometimes you just gotta shut your mouth. But I mean, and it wasn't like I was going, but I'm like, and just all from my curiosity from a TV show. Like I'm getting sweated about. But at the end of the day, I still feel for the Palestinians. You know, I feel like it's kind of Black Lives Matter. Yeah, they retaliate, but look at all the stuff you've done.
That's like, I was in New York. This story is really crazy. I think I was like in 10th grade when I went out there. And there was, right when we got there, we had went on a like bus tour around New York. You know, they have Jewish people there and they have their own section. And so the kids, they had a field trip. And so, you know, we're like, okay, you know, this is cool. They have their own legit community out here. And when we got off the bus tour, I don't know, remember, we started downtown and we ended up like in Manhattan or something. Like, you know, going around New York to end up back downtown. And there were people with signs like, bring back somebody. It was a name at the bottom of it. And so apparently, like, it was all on the news the whole time we were there. I think we were there for like 4 days. And they kept saying, bring back so-and-so. So we didn't know what was going on. So we watched the news. And apparently this little boy had been kidnapped. Y'all, one of the little Jewish boys. So apparently one of the Jewish priests or something, one of the bigger Jewish people in New York, was in cahoots with the mob out there. And
what's my name?
They took his son, y'all. Like, I guess, you know, he knew, the family knew. I don't know if they knew, like their community probably knew like what was going on, like day after day, like it was getting out like, oh, you know, it's the mob or whatever. The day we woke up, y'all, to leave, they found the little boy like in pieces in a refrigerator. Like, that is crazy. And that's why we like...
The priest's son?
Yes.
Oh, what did he do to deserve that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if it was like money. They didn't say all of that. But the whole time we were there, like, people were protesting and marching, like the Jewish people. And I was like, oh my God, this is real life. They taking people kids.
Right, and especially to be so higher up.
Yeah.
Like, that's how like wars get started over that stuff. And it really sucks because the hot people that are really high up, like, they don't play when it comes to that stuff, and they get away with it too. I bet that killer was never found. And they're so worried about like little petty commoner crimes, and that like they shift your focus when you have whole, I mean, I don't want to get into that, but you have whole pedophile islands. Oh, we don't know. You know, y'all know.
Y'all know. Did you see the Jeffrey Epstein thing on Netflix? Was that on Netflix?
Yeah. No.
That was something. But that's just like, you know, R. Kelly situation. But the thing about it is, with R. Kelly, you know, it's the girls and their parents. With Jeffrey Epstein, it's a whole bunch of grown, famous people who was like, oh, I got invited. Oh, then I turned it down. Oh, I was there when. Well, you need to go to jail too, because you didn't say anything. Like, you're just that far.
I feel like Epstein was CIA. To be honest. Fine. Because you get like foreign officials and celebrities to really adhere to your government stuff. The fact that he's got like Bill Clinton and Prince Albert and Bill Gates, like I feel like that's government doing, and why you get away with it so long. So long,
like, why did it take so long with all of these big people in your circle that know what you're doing? That is crazy. Like, I'm not saying R. Kelly was right. Excuse me. But you got all these big people in your circle.
Right.
At the island with you, but they ain't know.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that probably will be taken down soon. But the crazy thing about R. Kelly is, was it a black community thing? Because we've been know about that.
Yeah.
The Boondocks had a whole episode on it.
Right. And that was like in 2008.
Dave Chappelle got whole skits on it. There was a whole tape of him allegedly, you know, whatever, to the 13-year-old girl. And it's like, this is not new stuff. What now is making people come for that? You know what else is not new?
What?
The Will and Jada stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I heard they were swingers from when I was a kid. You heard that too? And then now it's like, oh, I'm like, I thought that was like, I know it was a rumor, but I'm like, I just assumed they were anyway.
Yeah. They've both been open people. You know what I mean?
And when you're at that level, I wonder if there's like an agreement.
What y'all think?
You got all these celebrities, and then Willow Smith talking about she's polyamorous. She probably watched her parents do it and be like, you have to have very strong. What did she say? You have to
I didn't even
let go of jealousy.
see that. Of her saying that.
She's polyamorous?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. Oh, what is Jaden?
Probably that too. You know what polyamorous is, right? Basically, you're in a relationship with multiple people. She's probably bisexual too. I think Drake, I think they're both bisexual, or maybe just so free that they don't label it.
Yeah.
Jaden Smith came on stage and said he was dating Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I believe that was true.
Yeah,
anyway,
it probably is.
there's a podcast I was listening to a few years ago called Culture Kings, and the guy was on it, and he was talking about he was with his cousin, and they went to one of his cousin's friend's house, and then his friends had all these plaques and all this stuff, and then it was like he's like, who is this guy? And he Grammy plaques and all that stuff, and it ended up being Frank Ocean because he had like a lot of writing credits. I think this was before he was Frank Ocean. He was still like somebody, and then he was like, and then we was kicking it for a while. It was cool, and then it was like, and then his boyfriend came in. And he's like, I'm not gonna say his name because he's not out yet, and I'm like, Tyler.
Wow.
I was just thinking Tyler. It's Tyler.
Also, he said it was a famous person.
He said it in a way that if you're not going to out him when nobody knows him,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like,
Okay.
and I think I'm pretty sure Tyler never came out and said I'm gay, but
he's so wild that I feel like he's tried a bunch of things.
Yeah, I feel like
he ate a roach.
Every time he says something, it's like, oh, Tyler. So it's like he can't even come out the closet really unless he's makes a tape or something. Because he's like, yeah, I like dudes, and I'm like, oh, Tyler's so funny.
But right, you're so funny. Ah, boy, trying to make headlines but it's like, but wait.
I seen a video of like some white kid snuck over and they asked him something. He was like, no, I like white boys. He got he got some crazy like freestyles and stuff but hey,
I love Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean.
I like his music. Well, I like the orange one.
I like all of them. I'm a fan, okay? I love Frank Ocean. Like, if I could see Frank Ocean once in my life, I will be happy. So happy.
I feel like this is the most I've eaten in a mukbang.
I'm full, like, y'all, it's like bread, like they crush your bread.
The last few mukbangs, I've eaten more than you.
Yeah. No, I ate more than you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. And I got more juice in mine, so if I didn't have all this juice.
Yeah, but my meat sucked up the juice. I just got big meat.
And if I didn't have juice, I have less than you do.
What's your overall consensus
Of this?
on the fufu? So this is fufu and this is the soup.
Yeah, this is fufu and this is the soup. The fufu, you have to eat it with it. Like, you can't eat this by itself. No. Like, at all. Like, there's no way. Because it's too thick. And I was going to say that earlier, like, I tried to eat it and just swallow it. How people say you swallow it, you're not supposed to chew it. I can't not chew it. It's like soup with potatoes.
Yeah.
But like, these are more, they're thicker. It's like they put dough in this.
Yeah.
A little bit of dough, but I don't think they do. Things like starch. A little more starch when they're beating it. But it's super thick. Like, you can't eat this by itself. But this is really good, but it's so filling, y'all. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, because I've never looked up the recipe, but with the meat, I feel like it's grounded or like...
Into the...
No, this part, the yellow part.
The eggs.
I feel like, yeah. He said it's like eggs. But it's like, I think it's like cornbread or something. You know what I mean?
I think it's eggs. I know eggs when I see them.
I know eggs when I see them too. but that's because this is curry on it. Curry powder.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I don't know what TikTok people was talking about. I don't
yeah.
understand that. Like, that means you need to try something off camera.
Yeah.
And then don't go disrespecting people's stuff.
That's
because this was good.
That's exactly why I didn't want to do it. Because I seen people spitting it out, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go and.
But this isn't something that you spit out.
This is definitely not spit out worthy stuff. Anybody that did that to me was, I don't know.
Reaching for sure.
But honestly, maybe we just got a different batch because I would say that this surprisingly needs more flavor.
Mm-hmm. I taste more curry than anything.
Yeah, I was expecting like an explosion of flavor and spice.
And we went to a hole in the wall.
We did. We went in there and he was like, he seemed irritated.
It seemed like there was nobody in there, y'all. It was quiet. It seemed like he had just turned the music off, just cleaned up. Like, dang, he only had 2 things that were on the menu. He didn't even get what he wanted.
He was like, y'all eating here? Because we usually close at 8.
But on Google say 10.
He was in the back watching a movie or something, like, couldn't wait to get out of there.
I wanted a beer. And he was like, you 18? Sir, what 18-year-old, coming up in here especially us just coming up in here to look at this menu and then be like, we wasn't about to plot on you.
It must suck for people who come from overseas who can't get a drink now.
What do you mean?
Like if you're 18 and you're from like Europe and you're like, I want a beer. No, nah.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's not happening here. Sorry, not sorry. We had too many wrecks in the early 2000s. Because the drinking age used to be 18.
19. Then they... Wasn't it... It went from 21 to 18. No, the adult age went from 21 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the war. And then the drinking age was 18 and then they changed it.
Y'all, my eyes are like super dry. I had a long day at work.
You think it's these lights?
No, I'm just tired. I had a long day at work, y'all.
You ready to get out of here?
Wait. Dang, you didn't even make sure I was okay. Did you see my face just now? I was slumped over with my eyes closed. Okay, go ahead.
Where can they find you?
TayXOXO with 2 underscores on Instagram and Twitter. And on TikTok, TayXOXO with 1 underscore. And TayXOXO on YouTube.
And Lecarson on everything. Every social media you can desire. Lecarson, LECRS. So when Snoop, Chi, V, is.
Keep my shit been going, oh, see, no, you are not my bro. Please quit acting like you know me.